Welcome to Sew Very Easy. My name is Laura, and burlap is a lot of fun to decorate, especially around the holidays. You can make bows with it, you can scrunch it, you can put it around trees, you can decorate almost anything with it. And it does look nice on a table. However, on a table, we do run into one problem. It's really not washable. So if we spill something on it, we need to replace it. And sometimes we don't want that scrunched look. Sometimes we want a nice flat look. Well, I have a way we can take this burlap and make it so that we can wash any stains off and keep it nice and flat looking. And what we're going to need, of course, is to start with some burlap. So here is a nice big piece of burlap. Now I love it if we're just going to wrinkle it. We don't really need to do anything with it. But I do want it for the kitchen table. So there are a few things that I need. Number one, it needs to be flat. If I put anything on it and there is a wrinkle or it's uneven, that glass can tip over and spill. The other thing is, if I am using it for a table, I need to clean this. And you really cannot wash this. So I want to turn this into something that I can wipe clean so that I can reuse it through the season. The grain lines are quite straight on burlap, so we can cut right between two of those fibers to get the shape that we want. And then we are going to be able to just pull off some of those fibers and get the frayed edge that we want. So I have the shape I want. Now I'm going to press this. And then once it's pressed, I'm going to put a coating on it. And I'm going to turn this burlap into a vinyl. So this is from Heat and Bond. It is considered a liquid vinyl. When we open it up, you'll see that it has this liquid white consistency, almost like a jello. This is what we're going to coat our burlap. Now you can use a paintbrush, but I do like these silicone paint brushes where, well, there's no brushes. So it's not a brush, it's one silicone solid piece. And that's going to get this liquid vinyl into those fibers. But I am going to need to protect my surface. So I need something that the liquid vinyl is not going to stick on. And you can get pressing sheets that have this little shiny surface on it and nothing sticks on that. So this is what I am going to be using. I'm also going to take that paper and I'm going to tape it down on my surface the same size as my burlap. And that way I can do the one piece all at the same time. You can see already how that ironing has really made it look a lot nicer. Once I have it, the shape that I want to make sure that there's no lint or no threads on this because this will make those threads stay permanent. You won't be able to take them off after. So be sure to have this exactly the way you want it. So now I'm going to take that little spatula brush and put a thin coat on. I'm just really putting as thin as I can. And I'm also trying not to fill the holes. If they fill, that's fine. The goal is not to fill the holes, it's just to cover these fibers. I'm going to get right over those frayed ends, and I really want to spread this as thin as possible. Now I have pretty much used up the entire 8 ounces, and this is a 24-inch square. Now the directions say that after a half hour we can put this between a pressing cloth and press it. But for mine, I am going to leave it overnight. I do want to make this as flat as possible so that nothing will trip on it. And now I can clean up and wait until morning. So this has sat an entire day, even a couple extra hours. It is very dry. And when we look at the original, it has a slightly bit of a different color, but this is very soft. This is definitely a lot harder. So I'm going to be able to peel this off of that paper. So you can see that it really is a lot firmer. It is going to sit very flat. Now we are able to press this, and I am going to do that. I'm going to take a couple of these pressing sheets, and there's a little bit of that liquid vinyl on here, but I'm not worried about that. I'm just going to sandwich these together. So I have one on the bottom, one on the top. Shiny sides are going to touch, and I'm going to give that a press. That's really going to set that vinyl. Now the vinyl is dry, so we really don't have to, but I don't mind giving it that extra heat set. So it's all pressed, and you're going to be able to see that some of that vinyl, you can see through those fibers. I did put a fair amount on, so I'm just going to take off that extra, and it just will roll off so I can clean up those ends. You're going to have the good side, that would be the side that was facing up, and a wrong side. I don't mind having that little extra vinyl along the back as protection, sort of as a coating, so it helps protect the table and makes this very durable. But from this side, you don't see any of it at all. And when I want to store this, I'm just going to give it a roll, and I'm going to be able to store it just like this. And when it needs to go on the table, it is always going to sit flat. If something gets spilt on it, that vinyl is going to be a lot easier, so I can take it, rinse it on the sink, or just wipe it clean. So the liquid vinyl is normally used for a cotton fabric, such as placemats or little bags that you want to make waterproof. There's a lot of fun things you can do with this. So you're turning cotton fabric into what would be like an oilcloth. But this was just another way of using this and getting a lot more wear out of my burlap. So here is that burlap that has been treated. You can see where it has more body, more stability. So it's going to give me a lot more wear. And here is the original burlap, which is fine if you want that wrinkled look, but if you want something nice and flat, well, the liquid vinyl definitely made this nice and sturdy. So I'm going to get a lot more wear out of it. Thank you for joining me today on Sew Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and I do have a newsletter. It's all free under Sew Very Easy. And be sure to make every day a Sewtacular day. Bye for now.